Welcome to Bible Knowledge Workshop, Episode 2. Well, how did you do in Episode 1? Did you answer all our quiz questions and memory work correctly? Do you know how many books are in the Bible? How many books are in the Old Testament? Are you able to say the books of the Old Testament from memory? Did you learn the 17 periods of the Bible? I want to challenge you to put to memory those 17 Bible periods. They'll help you to see the Bible as one continuous story and help you to be able to put each event and story into its appropriate place on that timeline. And so let's look again at those 17 Bible periods as we challenge you to put those to memory. Period number 1 is before the flood. The second period is the flood. Period number 3 is the scattering of the people. The fourth period is the patriarchs. Period number 5 is the Exodus from Egypt. The sixth period is the wandering in the wilderness. Period number 7 is the invasion and conquest of Canaan. The eighth period is the Judges. Period number 9 is the United Kingdom, followed by the 10th period, the divided kingdom. The 11th period is Judah alone. Period number 12 is the captivity. The 13th period is return from captivity. And period number 14 are the years of silence. We now move to the New Testament with period number 15, the life of Christ. The 16th period, the early church. And our last period, number 17, is the letters to the Christians. I hope you'll put those 17 time periods to memory, as well as the other quiz questions that we're working on. If you need help, you can go over to our website at bumby.org and click on Resources, and then choose Study Materials. There you'll find a copy that you can view or even print of the quiz questions, and the quiz questions with their answers, as well as an Old Testament timeline that'll help you. The remainder of our quiz questions we've divided into these 17 time periods. And so let's look at the first time period in our memory work during the period before the flood. Who created the earth? God. What was the condition of the earth in the beginning? It was without form and void. In how many days did the Lord make heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is? 6. Then what did he do on the seventh day? He ended his work and rested. Who was the first man? Adam. And from what was he formed? the dust of the ground. And who was the first woman? Eve. And from what was she made? The side of man. And where did Adam and Eve live? In Eden. Who planted the garden? God. And what two trees in the garden are named? The tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Who said, "Ye shall not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you'll be like God, knowing good and evil"? The serpent. Did Adam and Eve eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Yes. Give the names of the three sons of Adam and Eve. Cain, Abel, and Seth. What was the profession of Cain? He was a tiller of the ground. Give the profession of Abel. He was a keeper of sheep. And who said, "Am I my brother's keeper"? That was Cain. What was the name of the son born to Adam and Eve after the death of Abel? Seth. And how old was Methuselah when he died? He was 969. And who was Methuselah's father? Enoch. Well, there's some other quiz questions to put to memory. Go back and review the quiz questions in our introduction, and then these 17 time periods and the memory questions that we did today from that first time period of before the flood.